Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast with your host, Brett Bovin. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What is up, guys? This is Brett Bovin, and this is a show not just for hunters, but all outdoorsmen alike. And welcome to the motherfucking electronic campfire. Now, before we kick things off into the real actual show, we get everything to them, we have a couple things we want to say here. We are not politically correct. We cover topics not just in hunting, but everything in society. And we speculate what's true and not true and discuss how we, the people, need to fix these problems that we face. Now, we have shows within the show. What I mean by that is on Sundays, we cover, it's a round table type segment. We can bring guests on, or it's just the four of us, whatever we want. And we talk about all variety of different topics that we face in hunting and outdoors as well. And Tuesday's show, we cover a specific state, and we bring a guest that lives and hunts in that state, and we discuss everything that we need to know about in the ins and outs about that state as well. So just to get a good hunting atmosphere of what's going on in that state. So we do a live show on Sundays and Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube page. Now, we love to conduct these live shows because we want to give everyone out there the opportunity to interact with us as well as the guest right there on the spot. So we encourage everyone to comment whatever you want to comment during our live show here, because then we'll see the comments there. We'll have fun with it, interacting with you guys actual during the show. And some we might even pop up here on the screen while we're having the live show as well. So we encourage everyone out there to comment whatever you want to comment, and we're excited about that. Another aspect of the show is we don't run ads. We don't run ads from certain companies. Now, we have partnered with companies and we do our own type of ads. However, as I mentioned before, we're not politically correct. We have partners. Like I said, we have partners, but no matter what, we speak our minds and don't hold anything back. We will not be controlled in any way. We say what we want, basically, and we are unapologetic and unafraid of that. Like I said, we are tired of the fake woke cancel culture that we live in, shadow banning that we face every day. So we need more Americans to stand up to this fake leftist, communist culture that's being narrated out there these days. Another thing that we have here on the show, we have a saying. We have two sayings, really. First one is, put your quarter in a slot machine. What I simply mean by that is just to help share the show. That's all I ask of everybody out there. See someone walking down the street, or you're texting a buddy, hey, Whitetail Advantage Podcast, they do a live show. Like I said, we don't just cover topics in hunting. We also cover topics in the outdoors, elk hunting, moose hunting, everything. We love covering everything. Granted, we are more geared towards whitetails, but yes, we love to cover everything. So we're not just geared down towards that. So put your core in the slot machine, help share the show. So we ask everybody out there. As always, we want to say thank you to all our men and women in the military for their service. We are greatly appreciative for that, along with all the policemen, the firefighters, nurses, doctors, and corrections officer, everyone in public service. We want to say thank you for your service. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Now, do not forget, no excuses, just results. Now, let's kick things over to the guys, and let's really get this show on the road here. How's it going, everyone? It's Sunday, January 26th, and excited to get the show on the road again. We all know I don't like doing intros and outros and all that crap. I think it's boring. So we're trying something new and pre-recorded shit. So See how that goes. Now tonight we have Brian from Minnesota. Excited to talk about whatever the conversation we get into. So, like I said, enough of that. We'll bring everybody in for tonight's show. How's it going, fellas? And how's it going, Brian? Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, for anyone that doesn't know you, can you give a little background about yourself?
Yeah, just from Minnesota, grew up hunting and fishing. Really standard hunting background, Orange Army, deer camp tradition, did a lot of pheasant hunting. And then once I got to college, I went out to North Dakota. And then that's when I really started kind of looking west, looking at shed hunting, elk hunting. And then it kind of just downhill slide from there, man. And now I just love it all.
I have not been out west hunting yet. However, my buddy Ron has been kind of begging me and my dad to go out elk hunting. No, elk hunting or mule hunting. I can't remember which one, but he wants us to go to Idaho and hunt out west out there. And
oh yeah,
that's one place that's on the list. It's like, fuck, I really want to get out there and do it. But granted, I just want to get out west and kind of just be able to say I did it, really.
Yeah, it's a special place, man. I think if you've got the opportunity, I'd definitely seize it.
And Minnesota, though, I don't know what it is, but so my wife, she's from Tennessee, and I'd love to move here from Michigan. And I'm sorry, Squatch, I'm not moving to your pathetic state of New York. If I'm going to move to a state, I want to move to a red state. I don't want to live in a blue state anymore. And Tennessee is on the list, but however, Minnesota is up there, man. It's like if Tennessee's one, like right here, Minnesota is like right behind it by like 0.1 decimal points.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're pretty blue, though, just to be fair. I mean, just to be honest, it's unfortunate. But yeah, we kind of it's a beautiful state. Lakes, we got the prairie, we got the oak forest, the pine forest, deciduous man, I can't talk tonight. The pines. But we really follow the California playbook. I mean, all dominated by the Twin Cities metro, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Broad Ambush Frank coming. What's up, brother? I'm back. Oh,
Frankie.
Man, no, but yeah, Minnesota. I've seen the bucks that come out of there. It's been like, I think, what was it? A couple years ago, I was looking for like, what are the top 10 states that produce quality deer every year, and Minnesota was like 4th or 5th ranked or something like that. It was a top 5 out of the top 10 that I looked.
Yeah, we bounce around. I wish our farms were on that, contributing to that list more often. But there's some. It's interesting because we share borders with Iowa, Wisconsin. We almost share a border with Illinois. You know, the Mississippi grain belt states that are known for giants. So we have all those same habitats. So it contributes, I think, that way. We have different management styles, right? We don't have a gun season outside of the rut. We hammer the deer right in the middle of the rut with shotguns. And so there's a couple things like that it makes every state different, but we have all of the ingredients in the recipe book for giant bucks. And there's a lot of people that own land that really care about, growing big deer and putting good food on the ground and good habitat on the ground. And that's when you start to see some magic happen, because we have that Mississippi River Valley. We have that ag, those soybean fields, those corn fields that it really takes to put on those inches.
Now, before we get to Johnny's segment of Hunt, Kill, and Befriend here, I do want to ask do you feel like there in Minnesota that they listen to you guys as hunters, or do you think that there's a possibility that you guys could be better overall on the conservation side of everything?
Oh boy, I definitely think there's always room for improvement, no matter where we are. I think there's always things you can try to do. I feel this is the first time this has come up, but I've actually spoken to our big game head of big game management in the Minnesota DNR at a BHA rendezvous event, and I asked her some of these questions, like what's up with the wolves, right? Why, and a bunch of things. And I mean, she was definitely open to hearing feedback, and I think they do as much as they can, but we have a lot of hunters. I mean, we're like right behind Pennsylvania and Wisconsin in terms of Orange Army. So it's just hard, I think, to listen to everyone.
Yeah. And the reason I asked that is because with you saying it's a blue state, I know here in Michigan, honestly, it's a blue state. except for when Donald Trump was running, and it's not rigged, however. And but it seems like every time as hunters here in Michigan, we say what we want, how we think we could change things, on at least in the whitetail side of everything, and they just don't listen. And it's like they maybe take one out of the million that we suggest to do, and they don't even do that right. So they like to fuck things up, and I could go on and on how I think this. Johnny, take it away. I'm just because I'm going to start getting agitated already. I'm going to drink my tea.
Down in Jackson, what was it, last night? They killed 80 deer in one night. The DNR did, and that was just devastating.
Yeah, I saw that you sent something about that. I didn't get a chance to read that article that you sent me yet, but
yeah, they were calling out deer, and they did 80 in one night, and then they're like, yeah, we're done. So, but yeah,
sad.
As I'm still sitting here, next week is our last week for urban archery, so I'm debating taking part of next week off. Definitely not Monday and Tuesday, though. I didn't realize we were in a high wind advisory, so that's fucking not going to happen. Maybe Thursday, Friday, 4 or 5 day weekend. All right, but yeah, we'll move on to the subject or this next category: hunt for, or what is it? Fight one.
Your segment.
One. I know. Shut up, Brett. All right, hunt.
Yeah, Squat, shut the fuck up.
Hunt, fight,
don't interrupt him.
So I'm going to give you guys 3 different animals. You have to hunt one, fight one, and then you have to befriend one. Now, fun. Brett gets excited. Befriend doesn't mean to sleep with or trade.
I swear, I thought you said sleep with.
Yeah, Brett always thinks he's gonna fuck one, but so Brian, we'll start with you, man.
All right,
we'll start off simple. So the first one, an emperor penguin, a 3-toed sloth, and a silverback gorilla.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I've seen a 3-toed sloth in person, and some days, man, I feel like they're about my speed. So I think we'd get along really good.
Nice.
And I think I could just drop kick that emperor penguin into the next continent. And so I also think I'm going to get absolutely trashed if I try to fight a silverback gorilla.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna go one. I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna try to befriend the gorilla as hard as that is, because if I have a silverback gorilla on my team, like,
you're
all right,
unstoppable.
Yeah, right, unstoppable. So I'm gonna hunt the emperor penguin, which also kind of seems like a slam dunk from what I've seen on the Discovery Channel. Like, come over a hill, there's 100 of them, and they can't fly, so they just waddle away from you.
But what's crazy is they're like 5 feet tall.
The emperor penguins are 5 feet tall?
Yeah, I think they're about 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 6'2", so
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
It'd just be a slapping contest.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna befriend the gorilla, fight the emperor penguin, and I guess I'm hunting sloths. Perfect.
All right. Brett, you ready?
I guess. Don't give me no fucking chippies though.
All right. You have a leatherback sea turtle. You have a cheetah, and you have a bull moose.
Oh, shit. I'm befriending the fuck out of that cheetah. I'm gonna hunt the moose and kill the turtle.
Okay.
Fuck that turtle.
You think you can fight? Aren't those leatherbacks like 7 feet long?
Yeah, they're massive.
Your leopard ain't gonna do anything to help in the middle of the ocean.
Leopard's gonna be sitting there at the shore just watching you drown.
Me and my gorilla are just gonna be sitting full squat, eating some popcorn, watching this disaster go down.
Drinking whiskey, getting a silverback wasted.
I don't care. I want to befriend a cheetah, and I'm not gonna hunt it or fight it because they're so cute and cuddly and just ferocious. And nope.
All right, Squatch, you ready, man?
Yo, bring it.
You have a caribou, a panther, and a polar bear.
Oh boy, let's see. I guess I'll friend the panther. Oh.
No, a polar bear is also the largest carnivore in the country or in the world right now.
I'll kill the polar bear.
Yeah.
and friend. What was the other? What'd you say the other one was?
The caribou.
Caribou. A friend of caribou.
See, I think I would hunt the caribou. No, I'll hunt the caribou and hunt the polar bear.
I want to hunt the puma because that thing, there's no need for it. They're like sharks. They serve no purpose to chew people up swimming.
So you're gonna square up on the polar bear?
No. I'm just gonna kill the polar bear. I'm gonna hunt
the
it.
answer was to fight, not kill. The outcome wasn't decided. It's just the action you're gonna try for.
Right. I'm gonna go take a swim. Wow, I'm done.
I'll try anything. I don't care.
All right, Brian, we're going to throw a curveball in here, okay? And I put one in for each of you. So, Brian, you have a lion, a hammerhead shark, and Bigfoot.
So am I just going after Squatch here? Or
Well, so
he's going to open the door one day and just, whap! Gotcha.
Here's the funny thing. You said you're 6'2"?
Yeah.
Squatch, how tall are you?
5'5".
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, he's like a squirrel Squatch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I had lion, hammerhead shark,
and Bigfoot.
I don't have any desire to go hunt the lion, so I'm going to befriend the lion. And then me and the lion and the gorilla are going to go fuck up that hammerhead. And then, oh boy, I guess that left me hunting Bigfoot, which I guess that's the rest of my life because I don't know where I'm going to find it. It'd be a long journey.
Right? Along the way, you can hunt whatever else you see, right?
Yeah. It'll be the leftover remains of Brett as he went to try to fight the leopard. Befriending the leopard didn't work. And then they'll find the leftover remains of Squatch because fighting the polar bear didn't work.
Nope,
right?
That didn't work out.
All right, Brett, here we go. A lion, an elephant, and a giraffe. Go.
A lion, an elephant, and a giraffe?
Yep.
Oh, good luck.
I'm befriending the elephant, hunting the lion, and fighting the giraffe.
Does he get a different lion than me? Or is he hunting my friend?
No, he's hunting a Whitetail, one of those autistic lions.
What the fuck? I want an alpha.
No, you're getting a broad spectrum lion.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So I'm getting a Dave type lion.
You're getting a female lion.
Could be.
Yeah, so a Dave lion.
A Dave lion, yeah.
A lioness. You're getting a lioness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you seen that show? I wouldn't mess with those.
I don't know.
lionesses.
You're getting a big old gay lion.
Oh,
If
now
he sneaks up behind you, man, you're done.
watch their tail.
That's right.
Watch their tail.
All right, Swatch, you ready?
Oh, okay.
A whale shark, a black mamba snake, and an elk.
Oh my God, what do I do with this one? All right, the whale shark. I'm gonna. What is it? Hunt. You got to hunt one, right?
Yep.
All right, so we'll hunt the whale shark, even though you'd be technically fishing for him.
Why? Why would you do that?
You drink beer while fighting it.
Yeah. And then the mamba. The mamba, I guess I'd friend. And whatever the frig the other one was there.
The black mamba, the deadliest snake in the world.
Yeah, I'll friend it though, because it'd be cool.
You just pick it up by the tail and whip
then
it.
I could tell it sick balls and let it go get Brett.
Nah, you said sit balls, man. Just look for them.
Yep. Be right on them.
That's right.
Okay. That was fun.
Brian. What, Brian?
Oh, I thought we were only doing two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do two. That's perfect.
So, Brian, when I was on your podcast, we talk about a lot of entrepreneurial type discussions, and that's kind of what you're kind of geared towards, correct?
Yeah. We have two shows. We had you on the $2 podcast, which is my kind of passion project for talking to people that are doing cool things, entrepreneurs in the outdoor space. Because I always felt like everyone says I'd love to hunt and fish for a living, and very rarely do you see people actually going out making moves towards that goal. And so I wanted to talk to people that are, share their stories, and hopefully help inspire more people to go go chase whatever dream that is that they've thought about, or that idea they've been sitting on for years. And so yeah, we talk a lot of entrepreneurs. Every now and then we'll mix someone in that might not be a strict entrepreneur, but they're in the outdoor industry somehow, and they might have something valuable to hear. Whether that's, we bought a business instead of starting a business or something along those lines. But yeah, that's our main kind of path.
What made you finally kick the bucket base, or finally push the line of like, we're going to start this with your $2 podcast and the other one? What made you kind of like get over that line of like, yep, we're going to do it, instead of just talking about what you're wanting been doing?
Well, I started a beard oil company probably 2 years before the podcast. And that was the real thing that I was sitting on for way too long. Wanting to do something, didn't want to like do 40 years and get my gold watch. I wanted to, build something. And it took me like a whole year to think about what it would be. And I was making some beard oils for myself, and then some coworkers liked it. And that was kind of going on the side. And eventually I shot a bull in North Dakota, and I walked up on that bull. And the first thing I noticed was just like that dark brown fur on his neck looked like a beard. They look like Squatch's beard, just gnarly and badass. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to name it Bull Elk Beard Oil, and let's let this thing rock. And then learning how to set up a business. I mean, everything on the front side was like, how do you do taxes? How do you figure out a website? How do you build products? How do you do every single thing? Now that I've done it, they've all seemed so easy. And so that's when I got the idea for a podcast, and to be able to say, hey, I'm going to try to help people learn faster than I did, so they can actually get started and learn from all the people that have gone before them, basically.
Because you like, for instance, myself, I'm not going to speak on Squatch and Johnny about their pages, but for me, I sat on this for a while. I was like, do I really want to do it? Do I want to, like, quote unquote, expose myself to a broader audience type of deal, or do I just want to post stuff for my family and stuff like that? And I think a lot of people might get intimidated by it, by exposing themselves and being kind of vulnerable. But if you're going to be doing this type of podcasts and YouTube type of stuff, you got to be willing to take risks, and along with being able to expose yourself and be vulnerable and expose parts of, like, I've said stuff about me that I didn't think I'd tell anybody outside of my family. Along with, when I say it is my experience that I had as law enforcement, I didn't think I'd share that publicly. And people, I have no problems saying that now, but it's, you think you have to be willing to accept things that are going to happen, and accept criticism as well. Because, you're going to hear people say F you and F hunting and all this type of stuff. But so you also have to be willing to take a lot of things that you might not think of at the beginning. So you got to take a lot of things into account when you want to start up your page.
It's how it was with when I started the Outdoors and More with the Squatch. I was posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, always putting stuff out about hunting and fishing and everything that I did. And people were like, "Oh, you should make a YouTube channel." And I didn't know the first thing about it. Barely on any kind of social media and stuff. I'm a little bit older guy, but started doing it, and everybody's like, "Yo, it's pretty cool." So you got to take those risks, and then you come to find out there's a lot of like-minded people that enjoy what you do, even if it's second-rate stuff. And you can't be afraid. You gotta get out there and just do it. And you're gonna find criticism. You're gonna find people who like to poke fun and do whatever. And you know what? You just take it with a grain of salt, because you've got your clientele, you got your family, you got your friends, you got people who stand behind you. And you come to find out who those people are in that journey. And it pushes me personally to do better. It makes me want to just drive more and more. When there's those nights I don't want to get up and go sit out in the woods because it's cold and go after predators and stuff, I think, well, anybody can say they do it, but where's the proof? And when I make a video and you see what I do, and you see me kill that animal and it's published, that's another stamp. It's like I did it, and I can help people learn. And, especially with the fishing side of it and stuff, I try to explain what I'm doing and my tactics of doing it. And the same thing goes for with any of the hunting stuff. So just got to take that leap, man, and do it. And I think we're all pretty much on the same page. We're all doing it. So,
Johnny, what was it like for you starting up your own page?
Oh man. I just one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Why not? So I started up an Instagram page. Back in the day, I had like a MySpace page when I was in the Army, but that went off to the side, and then I was just bored one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start hunting. Like I want to start just basically an outdoor hunting page, and that's what I did. And I don't do a whole lot of, other than shooting bow. That's pretty much all I did, and that's pretty much how it started. Just me in the backyard slinging some arrows, and I would do different styles of like sitting down, standing up, just doing oddball stuff, shooting my bow. And more people started following, then started doing a couple lives and stuff like that. And that just started from there. I found a whole new community of hunters and like-minded individuals, mostly off Instagram, and just kept going from there.
Yeah, you kind of create like this weird friendship out of people that you don't expect that you'd probably end up meeting. Because I know, Brian, was on your podcast, we were talking about like starting up with like a team, or is it just yourself? For me, I started off with one guy, and he kind of, I'm not saying phased out, but he worked out. He got busy with life, with work, so it was just me. I then brought in 3 fucking knuckleheads, and now we have 4 members on the team here, 3 members on the team along with me, outside of 2 other guys that are part of the team, and they're not here on the live show as much. I won't get into that, but they'll be back on soon once things come back on. But Brian, what was it like for you? Like, do you want to bring more people on with your team? Do you want to be more with, is it just like yourself? Like, how do you look at that aspect of everything?
Yeah, I'm a very extroverted person, so I would love to do more things with other people. It's tough with the podcasting because not everyone lives in the right spot. And I think you guys are a strong testament to that. You guys are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of hard. It's kind of tricky, right? I want to do more in-person stuff. So far, it's been mostly me with like the support of Abby, my wife. I got her on a podcast. I trapped her in a truck on the way to Wyoming antelope camp for 12 hours and said, let's do a podcast. And she wasn't a lot of places she could go. So we did a 3-part series on an antelope hunt with her. So that was fun to be able to do that with your wife. I don't know about full-time partner. It's easy to operate the way I'm operating. Because the scheduling and like I work from home, so I can do a podcast really flexibly. I mean, I do them over lunch, do them before work, after work, you name it. And with a co-host, it just complicates, the logistics. And so there's that aspect of it. So I don't really know. I haven't really thought too much about bringing on a full-time like co-host though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was first it was obviously me. I started up this, and next thing I know, I'm asking Johnny to be a part of the team, and then I asked Dave to be a part of the team, and then I asked Squatch, and Squatch is the only one that's in New York. Johnny's about 20 minutes max away from me, and Dave's like roughly 45 minutes to maybe to an hour or more, maybe north of me. So, and I've only met John in person. But yet, if you see the group text and watch us on live, you'd think we've been talking for years. Mm-hmm. And it's just the weird camaraderie that you get with people, and then you start meeting people like on social media, and next thing you know, it's like, fuck, where have you been basically my entire life type of deal.
I've been right here, little girl. It's fine.
I know. Yeah, I know. Don't call me a little girl. That makes me feel offended.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
Princess.
Thank you. I completely get how that is, because once I got out of the Army, you're kind of just like lost, right? Like you had all your brothers that you're always with daily, and then you get out and that's it. And I was going through some stuff after I got hurt, and then I just needed an outlet. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hop on social media, see what this is. I mean, for years, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And then I run into these ass clowns, and well, now I'm here.
Oh man.
Yeah, we love each other here. I hate you, Squatch. I do want to take a quick little 2-minute intermission here though, and kind of run some promo codes. So we'll take a little 2-minute break right here.
Hey, go ahead and season your meat with something great. Try Flavors of the Forest Raw Garlic Dust, made with only the finest ingredients for the finest wild game. Go ahead and use promo code Whitetail to save 15% on your next purchase. Go check them out.
Hey guys, how are you? It's the Squatch from the Whitetail Advantage. Hey, listen, have you guys tried rec broadheads yet? Well, if you haven't, you're really missing out. I've been shooting rec now for over a year, and I'll tell you what, they fly straight, they fly true, and they're deadly, deadly on a deer. You can get the HXPs, you can get the FX4s, or you can just get the regular HPs. Guys, take it from the Squatch. The guys here at Whitetail Advantage, you can't go wrong with the rec broadheads. If you tune in, you watch our show, you can use the discount code for rec, WA15. And that'll give you 15% off your purchase. And you guys tell them that the Whitetail Advantage and the Squatch sent you. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. The show's going to be great. Squatch out.
Hey, you guys have a passion for the outdoors? You faith-based and love bow hunting? Go check out Bow Addicts. It's BOWADX. Genesis 27:3 says, take your bow and a quiver full of arrows. Go out into the open country to hunt some wild game for me. While we all love to go out and hunt wild game, we'd love to also wear it and represent what we believe. So go check out Bow Addicts and use promo code WHTADV10 to save 10% off your next purchase. That's WHTADV10 at checkout. Tell them the Whitetail Advantage crew sent you.
Now, during that, our other teammate here, Dave, he made a comment. It's hard to find a group of guys that click and have the same goals and hobbies. I mean, that is true. And like I said, I didn't think when I started this, I'd be bringing people on that I never officially met in person. I was like, I think this had to be when I started Whitetail Advantage. It was originally called like, what was the very first name? Backcountry Outdoors or some stupid ass name like that. And then I went to Guardian Antlers, and then I went to Guardian Archery, and then I eventually moved it up to Whitetail Advantage. And it's like so many things that I thought I wouldn't do, I ended up doing. And it's just crazy how things kind of progress. And Brian, I wanted to ask, when we were talking, when I was on your show, we were talking about like the name of your show, like the name of your podcast, name of your page. What was it like coming up with the names? Because I know I think everyone's kind of got like their own sense of like, well, I think I should name it this. Like, what type of advice? Well, first, why did you pick the name? And two, any advice that you'd give to people that want to start their own page and what they should think of when they should name it?
Yeah, I mean, it was brutal coming up with a name. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you think it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, and then the first thing is like, all right, what's it gonna be called? And then you sit there and think for like 2 weeks on names. And I wanted to call it, I knew what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about business. I wanted to talk about deer. I want to talk about the outdoor industry. I want to talk about entrepreneurship. Like, those are things that get me really excited in life. And you have to have passion for whatever you're doing. I mean, you guys know this. You can't sustain it if you don't actually have a passion for it. Mm-hmm. And so I went through the list. I mean, should I call it the Outdoor Entrepreneurship Podcast? That was already taken. Came up with all these other names. And a good friend of mine, Eric Clark from the Okayest Hunter, he's a genius at marketing and branding. And he said, hey, there's more. Like, you got to get deeper. You got to reach farther for it. Basically do better, right? You can do better. But in a nice way, because Eric's a great human. And that's when I started really thinking about like deer, talking about money, talking about business, entrepreneurship. I started writing a bunch of words down. I wanted to be catchy. I didn't want it to be this long drawn out thing. And that's when I started writing tag words or keywords for both genres. in a list, and bucks came up on both. You got deer, you got antlers, you got bucks, business, dollars, money, bucks. Let's call it the $2 podcast. It's for the bucks that have antlers and the bucks that pay for them, basically. And so that's how it came to be. And then I hand drew my logo. It's actually that first white shed. I'm actually pointing at it, but it's this shed right here. I took a picture of it, then I hand drew it, and then I got that and loaded up, and then I did a vector artwork graphic design on it. And that's how I found and I tried to make it look like a dollar sign. And it looks oddly similar to the Whitetail Advantage logo. I mean, we were talking about that on the podcast, but trying to make it look like a dollar sign. And some people found it. Some people have to wait for me to tell them. But yeah, that's where I went. And so my advice for anyone that wants to start something, there's a couple of quick hitters. Like I would really strive to try to avoid sportsman, outdoor, those types of things like the XYZ outdoors or, sportsmen's of whatever. The very competitive space with those names. There's a lot of things out there. You want to stand out, right? The Whitetail Advantage. No one's got a name even close to that. $2. Not a lot of people in that space. So try to avoid those overplayed words, but then also really double down on the planning, I would say, and try to get to that, level 2 or level 3 idea. Like the Outdoor Entrepreneurship Podcast, that's to me like a level 1 idea. Like that's what came to your mind first. Try to go to that next step or the step after that. So for example, Tethered for saddle hunting. I don't even work with them, but great branding. I mean, if you want to be hanging from a tree by something you bought off the internet, I mean, you really want to be tethered to that sucker, right? So stuff like that, that's where I think you really find the magic. And so I just advise people take time, play with it, try to get to those level 2, level 3 ideas.
Yeah, because I know, I had a whole spreadsheet of names, and I went through them. And I was like, that name sucks. That name sucks. And I think there's one where I was thinking, what was the name of it? It was Squatch and Brett Love the Outdoors or something like that. I named myself anything with Squatch related. I think I'd have to. I'm not going to say the comment, but I'm just that'd be stupid. So.
You got to grow a beard if you're going to run with me.
He has been. Look at that. It's like 6 months.
I shave my beard. Well, I don't shave it. I trim it because right now it's too long. It's too long. I don't like it. I get itchy. It sucks. I can't stand it. No.
Oh my God.
I just like the quote unquote peach fuzz, basically.
Listen,
that's how you can grow.
You got to get some Brian's freaking beard oil that he makes. Rub that all over your face. Let it come in. And then you could be like the Squatch and have a real man's beard.
See, I don't have the problem growing a beard. I can grow a beard. I just don't. I trim it because I don't like I don't know how you guys do it with those long fucking beards. I can't.
No, listen. You don't even. Once it starts to get past even like what Johnny's got. When you start getting past that, you don't even know what's on your face.
No.
After that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure before the show kicked off, Brett, you tried to say that it's the camera's fault that we can't see your beard. Not the fact that you don't have a beard.
It's camera's bad, it's the angel.
No,
he was like, it would be red if it wasn't for this camera. And I'm like, it would be red if you had one.
Brian,
that's like me with hair, man.
Brian, what you failed to realize is his head is the same color as those orange tiles.
Yeah, that is
behind him. So
it blends in pretty
his head
good.
automatically becomes transparent. You can't see his beard.
I don't know if you guys have seen that clip of Bobby Lee on Bad Friends.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm not yellow. And he's like, you blend in with your yellow t-shirt, dude.
I love it when the other guy makes fun of him and he goes, Bobby. And he says, why do you always sound like yeah. Oh, Bobby.
Brett, start looking for an Asian.
There you go.
See, Brian's fitting right in, giving shit to me. I love it, man. See, I can grow a beard. And with my beard, it's because of the cameras, you assholes, and the lighting in here. And 2, my beard looks professional. John's beard over there makes him look like a homeless hobo.
Hey, actually,
I'm a first place beard contest winner in the professional division.
Nice.
Seriously?
I literally have a trophy for it. I signed up. It was this Chamber of Commerce stupid thing in Fargo. We're trying to win it from my company. And so they're like, hey, you have a beard. You should enter the beard contest. And because I trimmed the mustache, I don't let that grow wild. They put me in the professional division. So I went up against a bunch of dudes like John. And I just crushed.
That was me with a beard at one point.
Yeah, that's great.
God, look at you.
Yeah.
You look so stupid.
You look like a terrorist.
You
Dude.
do.
Professor Islam is what my buddies would call me.
It's Johnny Bin Laden.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's funny.
So
Look
you're
at
talking about, all right, Brian was talking about making a business out of the outdoors, right?
Yeah, we was about to say. We talk about hunting. Now we're talking about beards.
So
That's what happens.
I'm going to go back here a couple weeks and tell you the story that I had. So I was eating a bunch of edibles, okay? And I was trying to get some sleep. Well, I couldn't sleep, man. My mind was going all crazy. And I kept having this image in my head of my now separated wife. When we were in Myrtle Beach, she was spending so much money on lotions, right? And I just had this image in my head. I was like, why? So I get up and I start fucking doing whatever I am, just stupid stoned. And that led into making venison tallow moisturizer. So I make these right here. It's a little 5-ounce, all venison tallow, all organic and everything like that. Dude, they are selling like crazy and for stupid amounts of money. I mean, I like I told all my buddies, I'm going for broke. I'm just going to put everything into it. And yeah, like you were saying, Brian, you got to come up with like the catchy names and everything like that. I was putting names together. So I came up with a Wild Beauty, and it's a all organic, all natural venison tallow moisturizer.
How do you get through I'm just curious, because you can't sell wild animal parts.
Nope.
So they're not wild.
They're farm raised whitetail.
Okay.
And that's the only way I could get around it is I had to go through a farm.
So half Wild Beauty.
Yeah. It's wild enough for the women that buy it.
Yeah. And Brett.
And Brett. I'm making a beard moisturizing balm as well right now with it.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some for Brett to rub on those little rosy cheeks of his.
A beard balm is, I think that is the best. If you have a full length beard like me and Squatch, I think a beard balm is better than a beard oil.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I like the balm. I do use a balm. It works.
Yeah, keeps it like shaped and stuff. So that's sweet. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I bet that. I mean, if you did some Instagram or some Meta advertising with those, I bet it would crush. Like a 45-second video 4x5, and then I mean, there's a couple of tricks that you can do to get better rates and conversions with Meta advertising. But I bet it would just crush because you'd find your demographics on Facebook and Instagram.
So right now, I'm shipping out my first order for a salon in Sedona and Phoenix tomorrow.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
How's that stuff smell when you're making it?
I used jasmine, cedarwood, and vanilla as essential oils, and it's amazing. Yeah, Flavors Sports. I just tuned in for the beauty tips. That's right. No, it has a little gamey smell when you're rendering it all down, but once the final product, you can't even tell.
Nice. Yeah. Isn't it really manly, the amount of essential oils you probably own now?
Oh my God, dude. I don't even want to show you guys my kitchen. I have fucking KitchenAids. I got everything in there. Essential oils. Yeah.
Does your ex know about this?
Yeah, she was so my daughter has really bad eczema, and that's why I really started it. And I told her about that, and she's like, wait, what? Like, where'd you find all this? And I'm telling her, and she's like, well, can I have some? I'm like, yeah, here's a little bottle. I'm not going to be a dick about it, but I'm not.
I figured she would love it if she was buying the lotions. Like full circle moment to the original.
Oh, absolutely. Here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Flavors of the Forest asked, have you shipped mine, Johnny?
It went out yesterday. It went out.
Hey, Johnny, can you and I have a sidebar real quick?
Yeah.
Did I give you fucking permission to sell your shit on the show?
I'm going to.
You want to tell me right now? Did you bring it to the CEO? Did you bring it? Did you run this idea by me?
No.
Only
It's
people with a
easier
beard
to ask
could
for
vote.
forgiveness and permission. You
Yeah.
ever hunt across property lines? Oh, my bad. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Let me walk out of here.
You see my description. Your land is my
Yeah,
land.
absolutely.
Let us, everyone out there watching, or let us know in the comments who has the best beard. I know I'm getting number one in the advanced level. Johnny's just getting
I got that homeless man look.
No,
Yeah,
Johnny's
got the
got
homeless
that
man
thing.
look.
Johnny's got the beard when you were a little kid and you had that magnet man face and you drug the iron filings over.
That's right. And it's
Beard
all
on him.
gray.
That's what he looks like. The iron. If you shake him, it'll fall off. Go back
Squatch
to
just
Johnny.
looks like a mean motherfucker with his weird old man beard.
I'm
and
really not.
really the only competition comes down between Brian and I. I mean
Yeah, okay.
It's the real competition, really. Who's got
Right.
the better beard?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can.
I'd have to say Brian is the fuller ginger out of you two.
I say Brian is like the leprechaun. Brett is the little boy who's looking for the fucking candy or something.
He doesn't trick or treat. He's afraid of fucking Pumpkinhead. Remember?
Yeah, true.
Jesus. Look, he's
afraid of Pumpkinheads, but then he made his backdrop orange.
Yeah.
Not legit Pumpkinhead, like a Pumpkinhead.
No,
like
he's
the
talking
horror
about the
movie
movie.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You may not know it because most people just laughed at it and forgot about it, but our friend here is scarred for life over fucking Pumpkinhead.
Who lets their 9-year-old kid watch Pumpkinhead? In the movie It, I can't go to. I can't watch. I can't see clowns. I can't see clowns. I can't see clowns. Fuck clowns.
That's why Brett has no mirrors in his house.
Oh my
So he
God.
can't see himself or what?
That's right.
I got nothing, Johnny. I think we talk about hunting on this show. I don't know.
Rumor has it. So
Brian's got me all far fetched right now.
So how was your season this year, Brian?
It was interesting. So the first year we got to go out west with my wife, which was awesome. So we went on an antelope hunt together, just the two of us. Had plenty of time, had a great hunt, saw like 1,200 antelope. It was just awesome. She shot an awesome buck. Wyoming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we also have the Western Rookie podcast. And so that podcast, it's all about hunting the West. It's really helping people hunt and figure out how to draw tags and where to go. But Western hunting is a huge part of my life. So that was awesome to finally get Abby a chance to come with me now that she's done with residency. She's just staffing, no more homework, no more tests, no more board exams. And so that was great. Then bow hunting, we both shot does with our bow. And then I shot a buck, told Brett the story on our podcast, but just crazy, tracked him for a couple hundred yards, jumped him, came back 6 hours later, tracked him through a cattail swamp into a lake, across the lake, out the other side, 500 yards farther, and finally had to call it, like, this deer's not dying. So that was a huge bummer. First buck I've lost with my bow, and just kind of ate up about it. Number one hit lister on our farm. Fast forward, bought a muzzleloader. So here in Minnesota, we're in a shotgun zone. The upper states in rifle, the lower states in shotgun. But my shotgun, like, it's hard to find the right ones. So if you get the right shotguns with the right cantilever barrels, you can shoot about 200 yards. It's the end. But mine doesn't shoot those fast slugs. I'm stuck at like 125, maybe 150, and that's
what are you using?
I have a Beretta 391 with a cantilever rifled barrel. But my rifle, my twist rate's too slow, so I can't shoot a fast slug. It doesn't stabilize. So I just don't have as much energy. And so I switched over to a long range muzzleloader this year, had a disaster of a time trying to figure that thing out. Because come to find out, the muzzleloader I picked has quality control issues. And so I was buying custom bullets out of Idaho, Parker Precision or Parker Customs. Built some amazing stuff. So I finally got that dialed into 300 yards. And so I took that out hunting, shot a beautiful buck. I think that's the buck that Brett took the picture of. And then 2 weeks later, my brother was pheasant hunting and found the one I hit with my bow.
Oh man.
So yeah, so I wrapped that story up and got him. So now they're both here at the house. I should have brought him over. I just did the Euro mount. He's in the other room. But yeah, so both 135 caliber bucks. One was an 8-pointer, one was an 11-pointer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need a good mount, Euro X is a good one.
Yeah. Yep. He makes a hell of a nice movable mount on the wall. Damn it. If I wasn't upstairs, I'd show you because I got it on the wall downstairs. Actually, I can bring a picture of it up. But yeah, check him out. He makes a really nice Euro mount holder.
I'm working on a video for him, but yeah, their mount system is like nothing on the market right now. It's like you can it's telescopic. It's very small to the wall, and you can maneuver the head in a lot of different ways. Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you're listening to the audio version, Squatch showing a picture of the Euro Addicts mount, and yeah, you can position the head. It's not just like your typical right on the wall. You can maneuver the head in a lot of different variations of it.
Yeah. No,
it's really cool.
Sweet.
I'll take that look at that. So yeah, it was a great year. My dad got a buck. He doesn't shoot a lot of deer, so that was honestly the one I was rooting for the most. He shot a nice, giant 210-pound, fully dressed buck. I mean, huge body on that sucker.
Yeah, that's
nice.
And then my brother shot a big 10 too. So the three OGs, like, is me, my dad, and my brother that started, and now my brother's kids are all hunting, and so now there's 6 of us total. But it was finally like the 3 OGs all shot a buck that we've been doing the work the longest, so it's kind of nice. And just to see dad shoot a deer. So my wife, total badass, she's pulling men's bows, vertical bows. She doesn't shoot crossbow. Whacked another doe off our brand new farm. We just bought a 40-acre farmstead here in Minnesota that we live on. So she's up 3-0 on me already in 2 seasons.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
What type of bows are you guys shooting?
She bought a Hoyt VTM 70-pound bow. She's shooting it at about 62 pounds.
Nice.
And I'm still shooting a rocking old Matthews. I was going through a phase back in the day, and my bow is the same color as Brett's sweatshirt. So
nice.
I went with the white camo, and then I quickly learned that the only 2 colors deer and elk can see are white and blue.
Yep.
And my bow is white with blue accessories.
What's your I shoot a Z3 Matthews.
Yeah,
So
okay.
It's a couple of years older, but
yeah, mine's just an OG Halon, the first Halon.
Yep.
So I like it. I would love to get a new bow, but if we start raising the bar on the things I want that cost $1,500 or $1,800, the list gets really long, really fast.
Oh my God, yeah.
And a bow isn't on the top of the list anymore. So it's like, I don't know, if a new bow is $100, sure, I'll go buy one. But what those jokers are charging for stuff nowadays, it's like, I'll just put up with this one.
You know what I say, Brian? The damn deer doesn't know what you're shooting them with, and if it works for you, just use it. I
just had my wife shoot him. She's racking and stacking stuff, man. She's a killer.
That's awesome.
I mean, one of these new flagship bows that come out every year is like $2,000 to $2,500. It's like,
I was like, and that flagship looks a lot like last year's with different paint.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like the cell phones, like, get something different to like every 10 years. So it's like, why even bother? So it's like,
it looks like someone asked a question. I do hunt mostly private for whitetails, all public out west. I don't know which one of your version, what you're asking about, but we have very blessed about 500 acres of private land that my family has access to here in Minnesota. So I know that's not standard for everyone, and it took me about 15 years to realize that that's a blessing. Not many people have that.
I do want to ask though, in Minnesota, I'd say it's very like similar to like Wyoming. It gets very fucking cold in the wintertime. What's it like hunting out there in the wintertime out there in Minnesota?
It was just, I think it was just 22 below, and I went to the gym in gym shorts and sandals.
That's my type of guy.
So, it gets cold. I made the really bad financial decision right out of college to double down in Sitka. And so I have the incinerator suit, and it works really, really good. And now that it's acquired and I, buy once, cry once, it's awesome. There's a lot of hacks that I've learned over the years to stay warm. Cause like when I got started, we were hunting in plywood, half boxes, head sticking out, just shivering. Can't tell dad you're cold. And so, there's a couple things that I've done. There's one day I hunted a complete whiteout blizzard. I think I could drive because I drove myself out there. So probably like 17. We had the day off school is I think Veterans Day. And I was like, all these magazines, they got these giant bucks in the middle of a snowstorm. So I'm going to go out there and there's going to be a giant, right? Didn't see a squirrel, but I got out there. I was wearing my snowboarding goggles. I had hats, hoods. I had a face mask, everything. Like I have a selfie and you can't see a single square inch of skin. And I did an all dayer in that with those goggles. I'm like, those goggles are awesome. Because the problem is, right, like you want to look into the wind, right? You're hunting with the wind.
Mm.
And in a blizzard, you're just getting pelted in the face. So everyone turns around with their hood up, and then you're like not hunting anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to wear goggles. And then everyone else was like, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to wait till the weather front's over.
I mean,
So-
I tried the heated vest from ScentLock.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that saves so many layers because I got tired of wearing like 3 different types of thermals underneath my outside of my coat. So it's like I want to cut down on layers so I don't feel so bulky up on my upper half of my body. So I bought the ScentLock. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm drawing a blank. And it's a heated vest, and it comes with a little battery pack, and it's got 3 different levels of heatness on it. And oh my gosh, I can wear just a regular t-shirt, wear my vest, and wear my outside coat. And when it's like 30 degrees outside, I'm sitting in fucking Mexico or some shit. I'm nice and warm and toasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I just do that. We have a panel blind partner for the Western Rookie. Very economical, budget friendly, blue collar type company. It's like a redneck, but for rednecks.
Mhm.
And I love those suckers. I mean, you can heat those things up to 70 degrees. And now I'm comfortable. Be comfortable. You're going to stay in the game longer, whether that's buying really nice gear to sit in a tree stand or, putting up a box blind that you're going to be comfortable. You're going to be in the game longer. I mean, that's the key, I think, is just being there when the deer's there. And part of that's just being able to handle the weather. And so, yeah, it gets cold. Sometimes, usually I'm not tagged out by the time it gets really cold too. So there I'm shivering. I got the Arctic Shield boot warmers, stuff like that, tricks you can play to keep things warm.
I got the Milwaukee heated jacket, but
Yeah.
the thing I don't like about it is it's still a little crunchy. It makes noise when you're drawing back, and it has like a felt more side to it, but it's very hard. Maybe I just gotta wash it more and like break it in, but I mean it works good. It keeps you warm, but I don't like the sound of it. I'm a fleece guy. I like polar fleece and
Yeah.
especially during bow season,
I wish I could say more, but there's a very big company that's entering the apparel, the hunting clothes, and they have a heated line. And I did a product shoot for them the other week, and they had me test the stuff out. It was a blizzard when we were doing the photo shoot. That's why we did it that day, and it was awesome.
Nice.
It's coming soon. I think they're launching it for next year, but it's a big. I mean, they're a huge company. You all know them. You probably have products from them already, and they're jumping in the apparel stuff and their heated gear. I was sweating. I'm just standing there waiting for the camera guy, and I'm like, I got to turn this thing off. This is too hot. So
I got the
and it's not loud and noisy like what you're talking about, Squatch.
Okay.
It's made for hunting. It's not made for building homes.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man.
No, I got the Cryptic, that brand. I got a Cryptic set, and for the cold weather, man, that thing's so warm.
Yeah.
I mean, I wore it out last week when it was like 22 below out here, and I'm like unzipping the arms because I'm just sweating in that thing. But my biggest thing is my hands and my feet, dude. Once my toes get cold, dude, I'll be honest, I turn into a little bitch, dude. I'll go in with the quickness.
No, I just sit in the tree and wonder, do I actually get frostbite, or if I can still feel how cold they are, they must still be fine. But yeah, I put those little heat things in, and then you put an Arctic Shield boot cover in around that.
Yeah.
Which is also a hack if you're ever camping. I've camped down to 13 below in a tent or in the back of my truck, and then you put those big, you know what I'm talking about, like the big poofy socks, basically, that go over your boots. Put those in the bottom of your sleeping bag, and then put your feet in those without boots on. It keeps your feet like an oven all night long, and then that like basically superheats the rest of your sleeping bag. I've done it multiple times down to -13 with no heater.
I got rechargeable hand warmers off of Amazon for my wife for Christmas because her hands are always cold. No matter what, she's always cold. I see these are like plastic, about this big.
Yeah.
And you charge them in a C cable for your USB. Charge them up. She says, this is like the best thing you ever got me. I got her the heated vest too, but her hands, she's like, I love these things. They stay charged forever. And they were like $24. So I'm like, I'm like, holy hell, I'm going to buy some of them for next year because my hands get cold when I'm hunting usually. So,
Did you guys see? So Dan Matthews, the nomadic outdoorsman, him and his wife just posted a TikTok where he had like the Carhartt hat beanie flipped over, and she just came up and put those hot hands in the ear, like right inside the flap that gets tucked over to heat his ears up. And then people have been stitching it, and they're like doing it on job sites and stuff like construction.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I saw that. Isn't she also pregnant?
She's done 2 surrogate. I'm pretty good friends with Dan and Sam. She was a surrogate this last time.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So she delivered that baby.
Yeah.
And so that baby's home with their new parents. But
That's awesome. Good for them. Yeah, no, I just want to get more heated stuff because I think it was 2 years ago. I was like, man, I can't stand this cold. I can't sit still. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm going inside like a little bitch. And I felt so tired of being so fat, basically, with all my stuff walking around like, so I found some heated stuff, and that's what I'm going with now. You gotta stay comfortable. You can be out there a lot longer.
Yeah,
you can't kill him from your couch.
Yeah,
Johnny, did you get Brett's text back during the season? He got that heated bra he had too. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was telling me that.
Keeps his man boobs. His man boobs warm.
Nipples are cutting glass over here. He's like, check this out. And did he send you the pictures of it?
I did. I just blocked it after that.
You guys have quite the group chat.
Oh my god, dude!
Getting
I'm
pictures
pretty
in the
sure,
douche stand, huh?
Yeah. If the FBI or anyone was to like hack in and like read it, dude. Yeah.
It's not PG-13. Let's put it that way.
Fuck, it's NC-17.
It's XXX plus like 5 more.
Yeah.
The Duck 2. Oh, did you see what our great guest wrote? A heated strap on for Brett.
Does he wear it?
He didn't say for me. He just said heated strap on.
No, we were talking about you, and he got the text.
It could be for Johnny. It could be for Johnny.
No, I don't think.
I just want to go on the record. I usually hunt alone. I don't know how you guys hunt. I don't care how you guys hunt. I hunt alone most of the time. Sometimes with my wife, but other than that, pretty much alone.
Yeah.
So Brett doesn't hunt. We've determined this. During bow season,
you're just opening that. It's an hour later.
Yeah, we're an hour.
Here's my tippy cow. I had to finish the tippy cow first.
Drinks warm beer to match everything else that's heated.
But like during the bow season, what 3 or 4 mornings Brett was out in the woods. Up until then, he'd be like, guys, I'm sleeping in, or like for weeks we'd be like, man, anyone seen anything? No, we're seeing nothing. Well, where's Brett? Like 2:00 in the afternoon, Brett comes out on the text messages. Oh, hey guys, I might go out tonight. I don't know. But
hey, I actually can kill him from my couch because my food plot's 80 yards from my window.
Let's clarify a few things, okay? First off, fucking assholes. Okay, let's just start off there, assholes. Okay. Squatch, I'm gonna mute you. Second, I'm not a morning person. I don't know what it is, and where I hunt, it's not a morning setup. I've tried finding ways to hunt that place in the morning. It sucks. I've done it before, and it is not good. So I hunt in the afternoon. That's when I do hunt, and then I don't have to explain myself to you. I go out there and hunt because I have 45 days. Because after November 14th, I can't hunt anymore. Where I hunt on private property, once November 15th hits, my season's done. So
once college football hits, I'm done.
And it's college football season, so on Saturdays I don't hunt. On Saturdays I sit my ass, like I told my wife on our very first date. On Saturdays during the fall, for the fall on Saturdays, my ass sits in my chair watching college football. On Sundays through Friday, I'm going to go out hunting. Not necessarily in the mornings all the time, but I go in the afternoons.
Unless you're golfing.
I don't golf during. Once it's.
This is getting to be a really long flow chart on whether or not Brett's going hunting today.
Yeah,
you do
I
really
know, right?
need, you do really need a flow chart because
The
once
stars have to
Is it
align.
Saturday?
in order-
No. Is there deer? No. Did he wear camo to bed? No. Is there golf? Yes.
It's like
Pretty
that.
much like
It's like that door spring when you pull it and it goes brrr, and it lands back in the middle always, and it says, "I'm staying home in bed." That's what he flicks.
I just like you felt the need to clarify all those items, but didn't need to clarify anything about the heated gear you use in the chat.
his wife is listening to the podcast. Like, you spent all this money on heated gear, saying you're gonna hunt. You've been out hunting twice now, and it's been 70 each time.
Yeah. No comments on the heated bra or the heated strap on.
Yeah,
That was accurately portrayed, but he does in fact hunt certain mornings as long as the football isn't on.
He's got
some comments here.
He's got a set of heated footed pajamas that he wears.
The part-time advantage.
Yeah. We should change our name. The PSU move on comment. You should change the name of the show to the part-time advantage.
Or
Yeah.
part-time disadvantage. Oh.
Yeah. That's
Now, see, that's original. Going back to what Brian was saying about the names, nobody out there is going to have a part-time advantage show.
No,
Yeah.
you'd be unique there for sure.
Yeah,
there is one hunting page. I don't know if they're still running their page or not, but they're called I think they're called the Part-Time Hunter or the Part-Time Outdoors or something like that.
Shit.
They are out of West Virginia, and that was a couple years ago when I found them, and I don't know if they're still running their page or not, but outside of them, I don't think there really is anybody else named Part-Time. So yeah, Whitetail Advantage, changing our name to Part-Time Advantage.
And you're gonna go to two only shows every 2 weeks, right?
if it's not decent golfing weather.
The go-to show for beauty tips.
Yeah,
and
we're
clothes.
only gonna be on 2 weeks because we got too much. We want to bring you the best quality.
Badass.
I thought when you said we're going to go to only 2 weeks, I really thought you were going to say, and we're going to go to streaming on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I had an OnlyFans page. I made a lot of money with people just telling me to put my clothes back on. So, it was all right. Lasted a couple weeks.
I don't really know. Okay. It's been
Oh boy.
I don't know. I'm stumped. I got nothing. Tell me.
Is that sweatshirt you're wearing now? Is that heated?
He doesn't want to say because
It is.
yeah,
It is. It is.
It's
It's got
not
a battery pack in it. It's heat. Yeah.
I feel
He's
like
like, well-
Brett came on my podcast by himself, and he's like, hey, we got along great. It was a good time. I'm going to have Brian on my podcast, so now it's finally 50-50 against these guys, and it backfired on me.
Yeah, you're joining them.
Brett's like, Brian, you're my friend, right? You'll stand up for me.
Yeah.
These guys are being mean.
Remember what we
Yeah.
talked about backstage? Don't let them bully me.
Yeah.
He's got a quiet space corner he crawls into after about maybe 20 minents of this shit going on. And
Pretty
Yeah.
sure he has a heated beer koozie too.
yeah.
You almost made me spill my beer.
That's why I said it right then.
It almost got on. It almost spilled on your non-existent beard.
Yeah. There is something manly about when you drink a beer out of a big 32-ounce mug. You
Oh,
get a
those
little
ice
bit-
cold.
and
Yeah.
you get a little bit going down the side of your beard there.
I
Yeah.
get it all. It always gets all of my.
It makes you feel like Thor.
I do. Yeah.
Oh, it really
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Brian, I want to say thank you so much for coming on for tonight's show. It's been a fucking blast.
it's been
I
an
can't
awesome
even
time.
get it out.
Are we gonna have to freaking pre-record this part now too? Because you can't do it.
I'll get there. Give me a second. Okay.
He's trying to swallow that warm ass beer he's drinking.
32-ounce Tippy Cow.
Fuck you, Brian. You're not getting these rapid fire questions. Bye.
I'm just reading your comment section.
Oh, there. Yeah, you're right. 32.
I'm not. It's not me. I'm just reading them. The chat is going
don't shoot
wild.
the messenger, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Try to be warm, tippy
Did you think I came up with part-time advantage?
No, I saw that one.
Oh, okay.
Dave's comment just gay.
That's typical Dave fashion right there.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, how do you describe the podcast? Gay. That's like
I mean, it's pretty accurate tonight.
Dude,
He says, if you say, hey, what kind of bow do you shoot? And you're like, yeah, I shoot a Matthews. And somebody says, I shoot a Hoyt or whatever. He goes, gay.
dude, I just looked at my phone right now and pull up like 9 different messages from Dave that just says gay. Hey, Dave, what are you doing today? You want to go hunt? Gay.
Ah, gay. He just wrote it again, gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think of Brett, Dave? Fucking gay. God, man. All right.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Do we have any real questions for Brian, or are we just going to sit here like a bunch of stu-nods tonight? What's going on?
I don't know. I thought this was a hunting show, and then we're covering beards and beauty tips and shit.
This is what happens when you go down
And
the
covering
massive
people-
rabbit hole.
And
of
so
the half part-time advantage. It just screws everything up.
yeah.
Part-time
it is what it is.
advantage, full-time fun. Join us next week.
Brian, seriously though, thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
coming on our show. It's been a blast. But before we let you go, we got a couple rapid fire questions we want to shoot your way, okay?
Sounds good.
I don't want to ask them, but I'm going to have to because you're being kind of a dick. Anyways.
The chat's got rapid fire questions.
Besides hunting, do you have any other hobbies or interests?
I do quite a bit of fishing as well. That's a big one. And then I do really enjoy, I almost break it up, but like habitat, land stewardship, farmstead stuff, planting. I mean, Scotch, you're going to have to talk to me afterwards, planting apple trees. That's next on our list. It's kind of that self-sustain mentality of like, I'm just going to grow my own food and I'm going to do my own thing. And the gym are like, kind of like, that's where we spend a lot of our time. So those are kind of my other hobbies there. And business, investing, money, compound interest. That's my bread and butter.
A comment here from Dan Tag. What does Brian sell besides beard oil?
Beard balm. Besides beard products, I don't really sell a lot, actually. I try to give away a lot of information. That's kind of the business I'm in, which is
He
very
sells
profitable.
an awesome personality.
And it's free. Get what you pay for.
Flavors of Force, that's awesome. I just planted ginger and some horseradish today.
Nice.
Lube.
I don't limit how people can use my products.
There you go. Good answer.
I believe in a free market economy.
There we go. I like that answer.
I also, all of our land is flat as pancake for the PSE mobile hunter. Dave's comment. Minnesota, where we are, there's no rivers, there's no contours, there's no ridges. It's really fun.
Question number 2. What wild game animal is on your bucket list to hunt?
Next, I've done it before, but big mule deer are on next on my list. I've never shot a nice trophy class mature mule deer buck, and Abby and I are going to do that this fall. So that's next on our bucket list. Big dream is moose. I mean, getting one of those big old Yukon moose to come waddling in. I know it's gay, but that's what I'm gonna.
Gay.
That's all right. We can now say gay retards, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta be politically correct, okay? We can't say those type of
Sorry,
language.
gay retard.
Yeah.
Such a
What is a wild game animal you want to try eating?
I've eaten a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie. I've had coyote before. I don't know if you ever eat the coyote squash. I tried that once.
No.
I would say bear. That's the one I haven't had. Beaver. I eat that all the time. I know what that tastes like.
Squatch and I actually were talking about eating bear.
See, that
Earlier
one flew
today.
right over Brett's head.
No, I caught it. I was going to say the 2-legged kind or the 4-legged kind.
So yeah, no, I've eaten coyote. Bear's next on the list.
What part of the coyote did you cook?
So this is maybe a good idea to take this off the rapid fire. So I had a coworker that was really into hunting, and I was trying to encourage him, like, yeah, it's awesome, go do it.
Yep.
And he went and shot a coyote, and he was telling me about this experience he had, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Next day he comes to my desk with a already warm sausage patty and says, would you like to try my coyote? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, Squash?
Yep.
Like trichinosis. How did you prepare it?
Right.
I know you're new to hunting. I know you're new to wild game cooking.
Yeah, canine parvo and fucking.
It's like already warm, a single serve. It's not like he had a tray of them where you're like, yeah, I'll grab one later. You know, I'm busy. It's like one. He made one for me and brought it to me at my desk, cornered me, and I'm like, all right. So I don't know what it was. It was a breakfast sausage patty, grounded up. Yep. I'm sure like the quarters. I hope. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't get sick, so
I say now the real question: how was it?
It tasted like Jimmy Dean in a way, like not the greatest, but edible.
Okay.
You know, like frozen breakfast sandwich, gas station, croissant.
Because the guy, Meat Eater, he did an episode where he cooked a coyote, and I think he was like, he ate it. He said it wasn't bad. Now, friends of mine just had bobcat, and I know they eat mountain lions, so I'm going to try it. The next bobcat I shoot, I'm going to take the back straps out of it and cook it up and see how it is.
You just got to make sure the back straps are going to be tough because you have to cook them to 160 to kill trichinosis, which
absolutely.
is like
165 I go to just to be on the safe side.
Which is like the worst place to pull a steak off the grill.
I don't know.
So I do think the breakfast sausage, mixing it, grinding it, and then cooking it, you can cook it hotter. I think that was a good way to go. But yeah, I've heard cats taste like a white meat, like pork.
Yeah. Yep.
What has been your favorite state that you've hunted and why?
North Dakota. Just a special memory, man. Drawing a once in a lifetime elk tag changes you. You look at the landscape different when you can only do this once. You know, you go to a place every year over the counter. It's almost like you can take it for granted. You're coming back, right? You know, if we don't go check this place out this year, we'll check it out next year, or we'll be back. But you can hunt it once. You really look at it different. You're like, I'm going to squeeze every ounce of this experience out of it. And I think I truly did that in North Dakota when I drew that elk tag. And it was an incredible experience. Just shot a giant bull. He's right behind me through that doorway. 354-inch 6x6. I mean, it's perfect. And it'll take a special scene to beat that one.
That's impressive. It kind of goes off and piggybacking off of that one. What is the top state you want to hunt next and why?
Oh man, that's tough. I would love to draw Utah elk tag in the plateau and go with Ryan Carter from DC Outfitters, because that cat jacks more 400-inch bulls than anyone I've ever known. So I'd say that or Alaska, because that's where the moose are.
Yep, Alaska.
Yeah. If you could pick anybody to go on a hunting trip or share a campfire with one time, who would that person be?
Squatch and John.
Yeah. We're just gonna get drunk.
Randy Newberg, I think, would be my pick, unless you say Jesus. I feel like he'd be pretty good with the bow. It just wasn't something he'd spent a lot of time at. But I bet
you gotta go fishing with Jesus, man.
Yeah, I bet if he can catch that many fish, I bet he could call on a bull elk.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. But no, Randy Newberg, I think. Just I really enjoy the way he portrays himself. He educator, teacher first, helping, doing a lot for the outdoor space. And I've met him a few times, and just an awesome human that I think would be a fun camp. All about the right things too. It's not about, whatever else, the glory, the social media, the likes. It's just like, let's just get together and have fun. So I think that would be, if John and Squatch are busy.
Yeah.
We'll make time for you. Don't worry.
That's right.
Fuck the rest of the questions. See everyone.
He would hunt with you. You just don't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, I get out of bed.
He gets out of
Hey,
bed. Whether it's in the morning or afternoon.
Our partner Maverick Blinds, they have this Booner panel blind series, and I think it's big enough you can put a twin bed in, Brett.
Sounds like I need that apparently.
Fucking Craftmatic 2 adjustable in there with Brett Wall and his Snuggie.
Just a sleep number that every 5 minutes he just hits the button and no, they're not here yet.
The next step would be Brett hunting with the crossbow.
No, that's too far. That is crossing the line. It's
Gay.
It's
Gay.
3 left. 3 left.
I'm sorry I keep distracting us. It's a fatal flaw.
If you could bring one loved one that passed away to go on a hunting trip with or share a campfire with, who would that person be?
I never got to hunt or fish with my dad's dad. So I would pick my dad's dad. I got to fish a little bit with my mom's dad, my grandpa on my mom's side, and he didn't hunt as much. He was in Korea. He was in the Chosin Reservoir. I mean, he saw some nasty stuff, and I think he just said, "You know what? I think I'm done with these triggers." And honorable choice. I mean, he lied. He joined the military at 17, got shipped off to Korea and some of the nastiest stuff. And so we fished. Me and him fished, but I never got to do anything with my dad's dad. He passed when I was 6 months old, so I think I would do that. I hear stories of those guys fishing in Canada and just having blasts, having a good time, and so I'd probably do that one.
Nice.
Now, how do you think? Now, these are the kind of more serious questions here. Now, I know we've had some serious questions so far tonight. It's been a very serious and intellectual type of show tonight. How do you think we can get more people involved in hunting?
I think by inviting them along with, and it's not easy to do that. I don't bring a ton of people hunting either, so I kind of a hypocrite in a way, but I think that's the first step is just bring someone with, right? Fishing is easy. Hey, you want to go fishing tomorrow? I got a spot in my boat. That's easy. Mm-hmm. It's not really easy, but hey, you want to hang in a tree with me? I got one spot. We can maybe figure it out. But yeah, I think just bringing people along with, inviting them with, like shed hunting is easy to bring someone with. I bring people all the time. Hey, you want to go look for antlers? It's like an Easter egg hunt for adults that can't kill bucks. You just go find the participation trophies. But yeah, I think inviting more people to come with that haven't tried it before. I mean, we all know who they are in life, right? My brother-in-law, he's like, oh, I'd love to try that sometime, so like, hey, let's figure it out. Let's pick a time to go. We all know who they are that would go. And I just think it's kind of hard. It's kind of awkward. You want to make sure it's a good experience. Maybe your farm's not perfect. They're not going to know it's not the Drury's farm in Southeast Iowa. They're going to have a blast either way. Saw 3 squirrels and a rabbit. Sweet. Never been in a tree before, right. So I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to be outfitters and guides and not just friends.
Mm-hmm. What do you think we as fellow hunters could or should do to improve the hunting community?
Tell more jokes, make more fun of things to lighten the mood and be on the same side again, right? Like if crossbow hunters and vertical bow hunters can start laughing at things together again, mm-hmm. or if rifle hunters and bow hunters can start like making fun and cutting it up together again, or private land and public land, whatever it is. I mean, just like, this is supposed to be fun, feed our families and have a great time. And so you just got to get back to that.
It's like make racist jokes fun again. I mean, nothing's better than racist jokes.
Yeah, go ahead and say one, Brett.
Huh?
Go ahead and tell us one.
Yeah.
What was it? I remember when COVID was happening and they weren't letting in people in general, so you couldn't bring in families and family members, stuff like that. I have a buddy, he's on black, and I said, well, it's nothing to do with COVID. They just didn't realize you'd be going in there. They're not used to it.
All right, you want to hear a better one?
Whatever. That's situational humor, so fuck off.
How does every racist joke start?
Your mama?
Like Brett? This.
I don't have a racist joke, but I have a really funny story that happened in this category.
Oh, dude, we got to hear
Go
it.
ahead and share it.
My hometown, there's this guy that's got this used car salesman. And you know how like there's the guys that actually sell used cars, and then there's that guy that's got a double garage business with like 5 random cars in the lot, right? And you're like, that's what you got to offer me? I don't really want any. But anyway, he had these old Gorillas that were on motors, and it was right off Broadway. So they'd just sit here and do this all day long, all summer long, right? And so my brother moved back to town, and he had these twin boys, and these boys are like 4 or 5. Young, right? They can talk, but they don't really know what they're saying. And so they're in church, and they love driving by these suckers, right? Let's go drive by Ollie's because that's where the Gorillas are. Oh, look, the Gorillas, right? They go to church one day, and there's this big black man in the row behind him. And Wyatt, my nephew, goes, "Dad, look, a gorilla." Swear to God, happened in the middle of the church service. My brother went ghost white.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And so they talked to him afterwards. I'm so sorry. Like, they're young. They don't know. We drive by Ollie's. And as soon as he said, like, we drive by Ollie's, the guy just started chuckling. He's just like, I know exactly what happened. I get it.
Oh my gosh. Brian, I just want to say thank you so much again for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun. We greatly appreciate it. For anyone that wants to reach out to you, follow along your journey, how can they do so?
Yeah, we're all over the place. All the social medias. We got a couple different channels. We do the Western Rookie podcast. We've got Instagram at the Western Rookie, the 2 Bucks channel, 2 Bucks podcast on Instagram, both on Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, just like you guys' show here. Mm-hmm. And then I got my personal page. It's just Brian_2 Bucks podcast, where we put up more life stuff, farm, habitat, putting food plots in, all that stuff. And then we got a really cool thing going on right now. I don't know if we have time for it, but we just put together a free application calendar download for the Western Rookie podcast. So if you've ever hunted the West, or your listeners, they're going to know it's a kind of a chaotic season of which states do I need to apply? What are the deadlines? What do I need to know? We put all that together in a zip folder of calendar meetings. And so you import that, you get a little half-hour reminder. For example, last Friday, Wyoming non-resident elk came up. That tells you 5 days from now, the real deadline's out there. You got a link to the website. So if you want to get out in the West, build points, apply. It's got all 77, 78 of these reminders, so you never forget one. You can pick them all, or you can just pick the ones you care about, like Colorado elk, Wyoming elk, Montana elk. If that's you, you can get it for free. Just pick those 3. So we just want to let people know that's available. We got it over at the Western Rookie website, westernrookie.com. Completely free, no credit card required. Just one of the things, like I said, I'm in the business giving away free information.
Cool. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, getting that to my phone. Squatch, how can they reach out to you, my man?
As always, you guys can reach me out on Instagram. I'm under Outdoors and More with the Squatch. Got the YouTube channel, Outdoors and More with the Squatch. Check my channel out. There's some cool stuff on there. Like always, we post a lot of stuff, fishing, hunting. Right now it's predator season, so check some of those hunts out. Greatly appreciate it. You guys can also find me, as always, on here on Whitetail Advantage and with the other show, Garden State Outdoorsman.
Johnny?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Johnny_Nitro_night. I post a bunch of random shit on there. You can check me out here at Whitetail Advantage, and then you can also check us out on Carbon TV and Waypoint TV. We're on there as well.
And also, you can go to our website, www.whitetailadvantage.com. You can book myself, book anyone from the team here to be a guest on your next show, or you can be a guest on our next show. We open the door to everybody. We don't just say no. We say no to anybody. We open the door to everybody. So feel free to reach out to us on there. And with that being said, we'll see you, everyone. Well, everyone, that's going to conclude another episode of the Whitetail Advantage podcast. From everyone here from Whitetail Advantage, we want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in for tonight's show. We had a fun time. It was a blast. Every show we have here is a blast. Don't get me wrong. Now, our audio versions gets released on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 a.m. Eastern time. And we ask everyone out there, if this show made you think, made you laugh, gave you a new perspective on life or in the hunting world, please hit that like and subscribe button and we greatly appreciate it. Now, last thing we have to say here is no excuses, just results. Put that cord in the slot machine, help share the show, and we'll see everyone next time. See you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.